M1A SOCOM is the most fun of any gun that I've ever owned. For me personally to shoot, and if you ever get a chance to shoot one, I highly recommend it. Is it loud? Yes, it's loud. Recoil, not bad at all. The muzzle brake does a very good job taming the recoil. And 20 rounds of 308 and a 16-inch. I mean, it's just an absolute blast. Other than just target shooting with it, I don't have much more experience than that with it. I mean, I can't say enough about it. Reliability, all that, just an absolute blast. You could mount something forward up here if you wanted to. I got it just to shoot and own, and just in case anything ever went south and you have to have some extra firepower, well, I've got my M1As, and that's what I would fall back on. And so yeah, that's the deal. Now I'll say there's one thing about this rifle that I don't really understand. My loaded model doesn't have this, but yet it has this on the SOCOM. So I'm not really sure why it would need that. I know it has a little cleaning kit area there, but where it has that on the butt. But I don't know why it has that on this one, but yet not on the loaded model. So go back to 1999. In 1999, I started as a police officer, and I wanted to be a M1A owner. So I went to Arrington's in Charlotte, North Carolina. I went down to Arrington's. It was a police supply place. Only police officers and law enforcement could go in there and buy you get decent, as a law enforcement officer, you can go into a place like that. There's not a big markup on your items and things. So I wanted to go in, look around, and they had one M1A loaded in there. It was a black stock like the one I have now. It's not the same one. That M1A loaded was $1,200 something back in 1999. I went to the local the bank, the credit union that I got into. I went there and took out a loan for $1,200 because I wasn't making a lot of money. I was making like $26,211 is the exact amount that I was making in 1999, starting out as a police officer. I went there, got the loan for $1,200, $100 a month, and I went down to Arrington's in Charlotte and bought the M1A loaded. And for the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I ended up, shot it with the iron sights, and then I ended up getting a Springfield Armory, the solid mount that goes on the left side here. I got the solid mount, the real large solid mount that hooks into this single point here that wraps around the top. I got the Springfield Armory mount, and then I was working night shift. This was like in the early 2000s. I was working night shift, and I was on eBay, and I put a bid in on a Springfield Armory 4.5 by 14 by 56 scope with the lighted reticle, and it came down to the wire and back then on eBay you could, I haven't been on eBay in a while, but I know on Gunbroker you have that 15-minute rule. on eBay back then, you didn't have that 15-minute rule, and it was the only thing that I'd ever. I never really. I wasn't on eBay a lot, and I remember I was working night shift that night. That scope was supposed to close, and I went back to my apartment, and I was watching it count down, and there was this one person that was going back and forth, had been going back and forth on eBay for that scope, and they, sure enough, they were there. They had bid, and I waited. I was watching the time count down to like 5 seconds, and I put a bid in on that Springfield scope, and I got it, and so I mounted that scope on there, ended up hand loading a lot for that rifle. I hunted with it, target shot a lot with it, and I think it was around 2006. I got in a bind for money, ended up selling that rifle and that scope. I didn't have an M1A for a long time, and I got that loaded model, with the black stock. Not this one, but the one in that video that I posted. I got the loaded model probably about 4 years ago. So I went without an M1A for a long time. I got that loaded model. No, hold on for a second. No, I didn't get the loaded model first. I got this one first. I got this SOCOM right down the street at Palmetto. Went into Palmetto. I think it was March, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I went in there, and I saw this stock on this. I wasn't really thinking about a SOCOM, but I saw this stock. It was just something about the color of this stock, because most of the time I think they're all black. I saw the color of the stock, and it was a decent price. I think it was right around $1,600, and I bought it that day. And then shortly after that, then I bought that loaded model online. And so I've got the two M1As. I might add a third one in the future. I don't know. It's hard to justify getting a different model if you've already got a SOCOM, and I don't want a tanker. If I get another one, it would have to be one of the older models, maybe like a Super Match, National Match, something like that. But I enjoy shooting this one. The loaded model has the National Match sights and the National Match trigger and the National Match barrel. It's easier to acquire targets with this larger sight on this one. But yeah, I just enjoy shooting this rifle. It's every time I get it out, it's just a blast to shoot. And like I said, if you ever had a chance to buy one or shoot one, definitely give it a try. And yeah, that's my experience with the M1As, and just been a big M1A fanboy for a long time. And like I said, I'll never forget not having the money to buy one outright and having to go get a loan for $1,200 back in the day, and then circumstances change and able to own these two. So but yeah, that's the deal. And so this weekend I might go turkey hunting for the last day of the season down in South Carolina at my buddy's house, and we are talking about doing a shoot, possibly shooting some guns down there and doing some hand loading. And I want to hand load for that 270 short mag I got. So we might, I don't know what I'm going to take down there. I might take one of these M1As. I might take my 6.5 PRCs down there and shoot those some. So hopefully this weekend, this Sunday, we can, and wouldn't it be awesome to get a turkey, because I haven't got a turkey this year. Wouldn't it be awesome to get a turkey and do some shooting and maybe make a video or something like that. But all right, well, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna get out of here and go hang out with the wife for the rest of the night, and so that wraps it up.